The war between the Aztec and Roman Empire have a long time been known as one of the most brutal wars to ever have taken place in our early history. This war has a long time been shrouded in mystery because of lack of knowledge, but recently a major breakthrough have found place, where all recording have been dug up in Vengriz's files. So without any more introduction, ladies and gentlemen, here is CIV History, the War of the Northern Sun. To understand how the war came to be and why it broke out, you first need to understand the major figures in this story. We have Vengriz, the smart leader of Rome. Even though many have underestimated him for his size, he is still shown to have the skills and the big brain of a master dictator. It is said that when he first was threatened with war, his response was a calm, cold, chilling, okay. My Aztecs are gonna run over to Europe like immigrants and your border control cannot stop us.
Yes.
The quick viewer can see that the second faction in this story is the Aztecs. The ruler is known in their native tongue by many names. If you translate them, it would be roughly something like epic, awesome, godlike looks, brave, smart, and the list goes on. But the most common name used for him is Vengriz. We may never know what led to the aggressive behavior of the Aztecs. Maybe it was the rough starting position, where they were so fucked by the game that they couldn't even settle in the spawn. Or maybe it was the 5 monster energy drinks that Vengriz took right before the game started. We may never know. But one thing is for sure. The record holds that the first statement to ever have been recorded from Vengriz was his comment about his neighbors. Mohenjo-daro. No, I'm cool. I'm gonna fuck you up. And fuck him up, he did. Within a short period, the city burned and it was painted red on the world map. Boom. A map that not only had the Aztecs, but now also had Rome to the north, Germany to the east, and Vikings to the south. The fall of Mohenjo-daro was a turning point for the Aztec. They were filled with pride and thought they could take on the world. In the meanwhile, up in the north, Rome had expanded with a new city, Mediolanum, a city longing to be in the growing Aztec Empire. We are now gonna play what we think is the first ever recorded comment from Vengriz about the matter of his new city. Well, Vengriz, Millionidum. They're not really on your side anymore, aren't they?
I don't know, but they're gonna be. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
They gotta be.
Gonna make them do it.
The drums of war was beginning to sound. The Aztecs took to the north to oversee the safe transfer of the city. The order was given to use force if necessary. Meanwhile, a group of eagle warriors was ordered to scout the southern borders of Rome. Little did they know at the time that they would be the first to swing their clubs. It was a normal day south of Rome, though reports of rebellion nearby were staggering.
Oh, damn it.
What's up?
I think I'm gonna lose my settler.
As the helpful, kind people that the eagle warriors were, they took out to protect the Roman settler. But due to what can only be described as lag and misinformation, they accidentally attacked a newfound Roman city, Antium. It was too late now. The cup was overflowing and peace weren't an option anymore. The Aztec army was on the move. More troops was ordered to Antium. The Aztecs saw a strategic importance in claiming the southern part of the Roman Empire. Meanwhile, the Roman army was ordered to Mediolanum to defend on what would clearly be the most direct part of the conflict. Meanwhile, a secret Roman scout was acting like a terrorist and single-handedly blew up a salt mine and terrifying Aztec civilians. But this rampage of destruction was short-termed when he was interrupted by Eagle warriors and beaten into submission and was ordered to fix up what he had blown up. Dragus knew that the might and strength of the Eagle warriors was enormous, so he decided to take an indirect approach to them. Every man, woman and child was ordered to learn and use bows and arrows, so they could beat them without even being in melee combat. Realizing that a longer battle in the Roman southern lanes would never be winnable as long as the sky rained with arrows, the Aztec that was in charge of taking Antium was giving a new order: total destruction! They managed to destroy the city, but sacrificing themselves in the process. The bloodlust of the Aztecs were fueling both the Eagle warriors but also the civilians in their homes, making them attack and work faster. Their eyes were fixed upon Medialum, and blood was soon to fill the streets. But unknown to the Aztecs, the Romans had reached out for help to the Vikings. It is said that the Vikings joined the war for only 1 gold. This new revelation did change the war for good. Soon the southern borders of the Aztecs would swarm with the Nordic berserkers, and the ocean would be filled with the great Viking fleet. Though by unknown reasons, nothing ever happened. Except for one quick raiding of a farm. The Aztec began to focus everything in taking Mediolanum with this realization. They put a distraction to Rome to get the attention of the Roman archers, while the main army laid siege to Mediolanum with the help of a friendly barbarian. Dragus realized that the city was lost and gave the order to abandon ship. The Aztec finally liberated the city and welcomed it with open arms to the new empire. Though the fighting didn't stop there, even though the city was taken, it still took some time before the new Aztec lands was completely purged for the remaining Roman archers. Meanwhile, a new war machine is finally ready to be used in the Aztec army. The new era of warriors, the swordsmen. With no hope of turning the battle around, Dragus, the leader of Rome, began to ready Rome for a long-term siege. Walls is ordered to be constructed, and every last man is ordered home to defend the territory. Though the Aztec caught on to these plans and started the production of a new war machine, the battling ram. Even though the Roman forces was in lack of morale, they still managed to build the wall and push the Aztec raiding parties back out of their borders. Meanwhile, the Aztec begins to ready themselves for one final push. We would advise the weak viewer to look away now. What happened next is not for the weak soul.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die! And these shields, boys! Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time!
The Aztecs swarmed the Roman lands, completely surrounded the city. The Roman people was forced to sit still with no chance of evacuation. The Aztecs swarmed the outer wall, and with the battling ram there were no chance that the wall could hold such a fantastic, awesome, badass force. The wall fell, seeing that Rome only has less than minutes left. It is said that Dragus the dictator tried to leave the city in a squad of archers.
Let my archer leave the city. And
Okay.
let him go away unharmed.
I let him go away unharmed.
And he can get to shoot you.
Oh my god,
Yes,
you
that was the deal.
fucking bitch.
Okay.
No.
Well played,
Okay.
Dragus, well played.
Thus ending one of the most bloody and unnecessary wars to ever been recorded in CIV history. The aftermath is still unknown today. Did the Aztec Empire survive? Happened to the Romans still alive? We may never know.